Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous. I am back today with a new subreddit to the channel r/NoStupidQuestions. So when I came across this subreddit, I wasn't sure what to expect. I kind of hoped for some interesting and some kind of funny things, and hopefully that's what we'll see, so let's get into it. If you spray a bee with water, do they try to sting the water, the hose, or you? Note right away, I don't have a vendetta against bees, and I don't intentionally spray them. I was watering the flowers the other day, and a couple bees were enjoying a nice meal while I disrupted their pollen time, which made me wonder. If they were ticked off, would they try to sting the water, the hose, or me? In this case, they just flew somewhere else, if anyone was wondering. People have sprayed beehives only to be stung by them, so I mean, if they find out it was you, just don't F with their house then. I'd be pretty ticked if someone came along with a pressure washer and started smashing holes in the walls of my house with it. Bees tend to sting mainly when you're in the territory of their nest. Roaming bees have no reason to sting you since their job is to get food for the hive. Different breeds of bees can be more or less aggressive. Generally, when you get too close to their hive, you'll notice bees start to bump into you. This is basically them telling you to leave. If you get closer or something makes them agitated, smoke, rain, or other things, you might get stung once or a lot. So as long as it's just foraging bees collecting nectar or pollen, you have little to worry about. Bees tend to roam pretty far from their hives, and you'll notice them being mad about you or something else before you can bother them. Unless you go and mess with their hive, obviously. This is right. Bees, when foraging, unless directly provoked, don't want to sting you. This is why you shouldn't swat at bees. They might even land on you, but they are simply curious or tired, and they'll just hang out. If you're wearing floral perfume, they'll be very interested, but again, they don't want to sting. As a matter of fact, if you're paying attention, bees will tell you if they're upset. If you're near or even in a hive, they will bump you multiple times, unless you're very aggressive. They will change their pitch, and they will buzz in on close, fast runs. They will give you plenty of notice before they sting. Source: am a beekeeper. I usually only wear a t-shirt, jeans, and a ball cap to check my girls. And if I move too fast, they'll bump my hand, and I know I need to slow down and move deliberately. I swear they're able to communicate with us if we just listen. I can hear them calm down when I talk to them. Of course, I have some hives that are more aggressive, but all in all, I never need a full bee suit. Fun story about how docile bees truly are. My cousin and I cut a hive out of a farmhouse wall. The bees didn't sting when we cut into the wall, they didn't sting when we took the honeycomb, they only started to sting when we cut into the brood comb. This was less than ideal conditions too, small cramped room, too much smoke, and a hive that had never ever been handled, and they didn't sting until we hit brood. Bees are wonderful creatures, and despite their one defense against us, they only use it when they absolutely have to. Bees are friends, do not fear them. I really like bees. To be honest, when I first read this question, I thought it was asking if the bee would sting the water. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that difference matters. It probably doesn't. Either way, I guess the answer is they'd probably figure out it was you that sprayed them, not necessarily like just the water that was there. I think they're smart enough to like figure that out. I think the person who's a big fan of bees kind of made that clear for us. So interesting answers to the questions. I'm really not a fan of anything that really is a bug of any kind, anything that can bite or sting. I'm just not a fan. There was definitely a subthread of like hatred towards wasps, which I left out, but definitely agreed because I hate wasps, but that's beside the point. Do dogs and cats ever get tired of eating the same meal every day? I'd think they would get tired of it, though if they're hungry, they'll just force themselves to eat. Sometimes, I feel bad for them. My cat goes to other people's house for meals, so he gets a variety of food. You need to take into account that ever since you were born, your parents gave you a variety of foods, but if your parents only gave you one food and you didn't know that other food exists, you wouldn't miss it. Animals don't know what they're missing. Also, a lot of them hate when you change their food. Yeah, I don't know, because I heard, like, for example, with, like, cows or whatever, that how their taste buds work is they only taste, like, I don't know, This is something I heard. I don't know if it's true. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking it might not be true. But like their taste buds supposedly are like attuned for grass and like obviously like they drink water or whatever. And like something else, I think. So I wonder if that's like the same for other animals, like if they really are kind of made to like seek out the things that they like, I don't know, eat. Like it's a weird thing. Like how do animals even know what to eat? Like I know that's really dumb, but like when we're kids, we like shove random crap in our mouth and our parents have to be like, oh no, don't eat that. And then we like learn over time like acceptable things you can eat. I mean, some people eat dandelions out of their yard. I'm not I'm not interested in that because I'm just not. But like how do they know what to eat? They're just like, this is what you feed me, I guess I eat it. Like is anyone else okay? So maybe I should just add my own questions to the stupid questions. No stupid questions Reddit. Subreddit. Shoes left neatly placed in front of house on sidewalk. Hello, I woke up this morning to find a pair of fairly new looking Adidas shoes neatly placed on the sidewalk directly in front of my house. We also noticed our back gate was left cracked open, but it may have been us. Is this just a coincidence, or do the shoes mean anything? Thanks. You've been visited by the shoe fairy. You get 7 toe fungus free years. But no, it doesn't mean anything. If you're thinking crime signaling or something like that, it'd be silly because shoes are movable. I'm guessing drunk misadventures or a prank. You got a swimming pool? I'd assume someone went for a dip and ran out of there when they thought they may have been spotted. If not, I don't know. That's just effing weird, lol. It means you got new shoes. Honestly, it sounds suspicious. I would probably assume it's some sort of mark. They may intend to come back later and see if disturbed as a way of knowing if you're there. We had an intruder in our home that went to multiple properties and left their shoes at another home. They might have taken them off to sneak around and left them there if they got spooked, especially if it was dark. I'd recommend a lock on your gate and maybe reporting it to police. The mighty Emperor from the Republic has informed me to inform you this is a housewarming gift from a bounty hunter Boiba. He sends his regards. Thank you. Of course, there has to be some people like making jokes out of this. But honestly, when I read this, I don't know, I was kind of creeped out by it because it could be something totally innocent. Like people are like, oh, maybe we'll leave these shoes out for somebody. But like, if they were gonna give it to someone, wouldn't they put it like in front of their door or something? Or like maybe leave a note or something? And if it's a drunken misadventure, why would they be neatly placed? You know what I mean? Like, it's so creepy. And then people like mentioning that it could have been because of like either someone sneaking around, someone taking a dip in their pool without permission, someone actually burglarizing things, like all sorts of reasons that just would really creep me out. So I don't know, have you ever heard of this being a thing? Because that's just creepy. I don't like it. Where does the sky begin? At your feet. Technically correct. As soon as you see no objects but clouds, birds, aeroplanes, and astronomical objects. Where the land and sea ends. This was kind of what I was thinking of when I thought r/no stupid questions, because there's gotta be stupid questions in here, but at the same time, is this a stupid question? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed perusing a little bit of the r/no stupid questions subreddit. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like and let me know, of course, your thoughts in the comments below. I just want to take a moment to thank my patrons for being so awesome. On the screen, you should be able to see my Face Palmer and Crazy K patrons. Those are my top 2 tiers. There are also some other patrons who aren't on the screen. I just want to say thank you to all of you. And also thank you to all of those who just come by, subscribe, even just view. You know, you guys are cool too. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!